right, one of the most requested tutorials, double grinds and popovers. So I'm going to be explaining all that in this video. Ever since version 0.0.0.6 released, there's been a completely different way to do double grinds and popovers. It's no longer double tapping the triggers to choose which side you pop over. Now it follows the same method as side pop on flat. So being able to pop over to the left and to the right, you have to put your feet into the pocket. The same thing now applies to grinds and slides. First, I'm going to show you how to pop straight into another grind. So like say from a 5-0 to a nose grind. So the way that I did this was I pushed down on my back foot to get into the back 5-0. While in the back 5-0, let go of the input completely and you're going to see it dips down a little bit. Then re-input the back foot straight down so you're going to be able to pop straight. And then flick an ollie as you normally would on flat ground. And then input for the nose grind on the front foot. At the time of recording this video, the devs haven't adjusted the duration in which you have to let go of the input before you can re-input. So you have to let go a little bit longer than you would like to. So for 5-0s, it kind of dips down really far. So it's going to be the exact same thing as something like a nose grind and then let go to 5-0. I let go a little bit too long there, but you can see it still pops straight forward back onto the rail into a 5-0. And this is going to apply to every slide and grind. So if I wanted to do a tail slide, let go, nose slide. So I got into the back tail. My back foot stick was over to the left. And then I let go right about here. You see it dips down and then re-input straight down to be able to pop straight back onto the ledge. Used my rotation with the triggers and then re-input for a nose slide. However, not all tricks require that input to be able to pop straight back into another grind or slide. So I can still do that without having to let go of the inputs. So I have my body rotation mode on manual, which allows me to manually control my rotation. And I have my body rotation rate set a little bit higher so I spin faster. So with the right timing, it is possible to get something like a tail slide to nose slide without having to let go and pop straight onto the ledge. Some other tricks like a back nose grind to back lip don't actually need that input either. This one's actually a little bit different. So you have to let go of all of the inputs. Use the trigger to turn into the back lip. And for this specific one, I didn't actually need to do an input for the back lip, but you're supposed to do input for back lip. And this one's all about the timing. So as soon as I let go of the inputs to turn, right when I get to this point, I want to input for a back lip. Or I guess in this current version of the game, I don't need to input for the back lip. But I feel like in the future, you're going to have to. Or if you want to do something like a 5-0 and then turn it to tail slide, all you have to do is use the triggers. You hold the 5-0. And you can turn your grind rotation rate up a lot so you can spin faster. So if I turn this up all the way and then get into a 5-0, turns a little bit faster. And don't forget, you can change your grind pop height too. So this is going to determine how high you pop out of grinds. So if you don't want it to pop too high, lower it. If you want it to pop higher out of grinds, raise it. So one more example of straight pops for double grinds. So I'll get back Smith to back crook. Ooh. So you can see what my controller is doing. Get into the back Smith, let go, re-input straight down, pop out, and then input for the crook. So usually by default, you pop out on the same side as you popped in on, but sometimes it actually depends on like where your weight is. So my weight is mostly on this side, so I popped out to the left. If I have more of my weight over on that other side, you can see I popped over. So that's one way to do popovers, depending on where your weight is. So like if most of the weight is like on this side, I'm obviously gonna pop over to this side. But for the same trick, I can pop out on the same side I popped in on, depending on where my weight is. So this one, my weight was on the back side, a lot more on the back side, and I'm in the bushes. So for this first one, you can see that my body was mostly on the right side. So most of my weight was on the right side. And I just had to pop out normally to be able to pop out that way. No need to let go of the sticks and re-input for this one. So for the second one, you can see that when I get into it, a lot of my weight is on the back side of it instead. And I was able to pop over to the left without having to let go of the inputs and choose the direction. So the more you play, the more you're gonna learn how to position your body weight to be able to pop over any side that you want. So the front blunt, if I want to pop over to the back side, like I know the angle to get into it. I know that if I don't go too far onto the rail and keep majority of my weight on this back side, that I'm able to pop out to the left. And I know for this one that if I position my wheels a little bit further over to the right, I'll be able to pop over to the right. Boom. But the other way of determining what side you pop over on is going to be all in your stick using the left and right pop over feature. So for this example, I'm going to pop over to the left on this rail. So 50-50, let go, re-input, and pop. So while in the 50-50, I completely let go of the sticks and then re-input my back foot into the pocket on the left side so that I popped over to the left. So 50-50, let go, re-input left, and then pop. And to pop over to the other side of the rail, if you want to pop over to the right, do the same thing, let go, re-input, and then pop over to the right. So yeah, it follows the same method as doing, side pops. And by default, you actually pop over to the same side you popped in on. So to pop over to the same side as you popped in on, you don't need to actually adjust the sticks at all. You just pop normally without letting go. So this is also helpful for double grind. So if I wanted to front Smith and then pop over to over crook, that's how you're gonna do that. Just any other trick that requires you to be on the other side of the rail, the pop over is the way to do it. And then, yeah, that was a horrible crook, but you know what? It's an example. It's fine. It's up to you to make the tricks look good. So that is the new way to do double grinds and popovers. So hopefully this helped you out. And if you have any other questions, feel free to ask them in the comments and I'll try my best to answer them. If you want to keep up with any more session content, hit that subscribe button. So that is going to do it for this video. Until next time, this is JL Nightmare and you'll see me in the next video.